Hilton Coliseum is rocking tonight. It's the championship of Iowa. Let's check the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Norwest Bank, Iowa, the home of free checking. Norwest is proud to be here and pleased to serve. For the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's Murray and Settles at forward. James Winters will play the center position. The guards, Jim Bartels and Mon'ter Glasper. For Johnny Orr's Iowa State Cyclones, Hamilton and Michalik up front. Loren, Meyer, the big man in the middle, off to a fast start. Hoiberg and Kimbrough will start at the guard positions. There are three other important participants in tonight's contest are the officials. They are Ed Hightower, Ron Grissom, and Paul Jansen. Iowa's children profit from three-point field goals scored by the Cyclones this season. The Iowa Farm Bureau Federation, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa, and the ISU Athletic Department will donate a total of $75 per three-point basket to the Caring Program for Children. This statewide program helps children get a healthy start in life. Well, we're almost ready for tip-off. Are you ready? We'll be right back.
Hi. Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
That's my Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
As we look around our hometowns, there's a pride that we share, where children grow and people know what matters. Here in Iowa, we bring the best together, proud to be here.
You're still growing, you're still glowing, you're still going strong.
Principal Healthcare of Iowa, what healthcare is meant to be. Formerly HMO Iowa and United Healthcare of Iowa.
A simple comparison between the best-selling car in America, Ford Taurus, and the Honda Accord. Let's compare standard equipment. Taurus, V6 engine, automatic transmission, seating for 6. The Accord, a 4-cylinder engine, manual transmission, and seating for only 5. The 94 Taurus has standard dual airbags, plus a whole list of other standard features you won't find on the Accord. Plus, at $269 a month for 24 months, here's a price you can't compare to. So when it comes to comparisons, don't lower your standards. Ford Taurus, the best-selling car in America, only at your Ford dealer.
The 46th meeting between the Hawkeyes and Cyclones. They didn't meet between 35 and 1970. Iowa leads 33-12, but the Cyclones have won 6 of the last 10. Tom Davis, in his 8th year with the Hawkeyes, been very successful over in Iowa City. Johnny Orr, with his 14th year at Iowa State, he's taken the Cyclones to 8 postseason tournaments, and we're ready for the tip-off. Gary, are you ready?
I'm ready. And Keith, when I was playing here at Iowa State, we didn't have this series. Nothing would I have liked better than to play in a game like this.
Oh, it has become a terrific series, and Iowa controls the ball first. They're wearing their gold uniforms, which are normally home uniforms. They asked for special permission. Iowa State granted it, so the Hawkeyes wearing the special gold.
And the Iowa players will request to wear those gold uniforms from Tom Davis on occasions. And they've chosen Iowa, which was the first time ever last year they won, and then they had big games against Michigan State where they won.
Mon'ter Glasper loses the handle. Just a reminder that later in the game, Gary and I will be choosing the Pioneer Seacorn player of the game. Iowa State's first possession. Jason Kimbrough starts tonight. Jacy Hollaway started the last game at the point. The 2 freshmen handling the point guard chores. They've only had 7 turnovers in 119 minutes, and we're still scoreless in Ames.
Iowa opened up with a 1-3-1 trap that time. Iowa State playing man-for-man defense.
James Winters strong inside. Jess settles with an offensive rebound off the glass. One ball.
They settles with a point-blank shot. Did not get it down, but that's Iowa's game we're talking about. Strong rebound.
Jim Bartels called for the foul. Iowa just could not get the lid off the basket.
Settles, pump fakes. Now he gets the two big guys up, goes up. Maybe a little anxiety there in the first shot. Point blank, did not get it down.
What kind of press are you looking for tonight from the Hawkeyes, Gary?
Well, they'll throw you a variety of presses. Right now, it's a 1-3-1.
Hamilton with the short jumper. It's off.
You know, that's the shot you have to hit against the press.
Hamilton looked like he wasn't sure whether to take the shot or not. He looked very hesitant.
Well, Hamilton right now, of the range going out to, say, 18 feet, is probably the poor shooter for Iowa State at that range. He's more of an inside player.
Both teams coming out a little tight, a little tense. No
Iowa's
score.
got the numbers, and that's what they look for when they come down. They spot up, and that guy has been red hot from the three-point range. He is now 15 out of 25.
Jim Bartels, a 58% shooter from the three-point arc. That is an amazing percentage. 3-0 Iowa. Hamilton strong, but he can't get it to drop. Foul that time on James Winters underneath. We want to take a moment to recognize the Phillips 66 Big 8 Conference Player of the Week. This week, Brooks Thompson from Oklahoma State has earned this special recognition for his outstanding play over the last week.
We talked about Iowa State attacking the press, and that's what you have to do. Hamilton, with a couple missed shots, still takes it to the basket, makes a good pump move, and draws the foul on that particular play.
Well, if this game comes down to free throws, Gary, you have to believe that the Cyclones have a big advantage. The Cyclones are shooting 77% on the year. Iowa is struggling at just 57% from the line. Meyer! Loren Meyer with the follow jam. We're tied at 3.
Kimbrough, the freshman, against Glasper, and that's a good matchup. Boy, that jam really got the crowd in this ball game. They've been in it anyhow, but
Hoiberg with a steal. Loose ball picked up by Winters.
got to travel.
Winters turns it over. Here's a Budweiser quick stat for you. Iowa has already turned it over twice. And the Cyclones go down looking for the lead.
Well, he caught the open man. That was he took that into trouble right there at the timeline in the corner. And Iowa went right after him and double-teamed him, but he was able to get the pass cross court, the diagonal pass.
Remember, later in the telecast, Gary and I will be choosing the Cyclone off-the-bench award winner. That's the player coming off the bench to make the biggest contribution to his team.
There's a tough matchup with Michalik covering Winters.
Hoiberg gets called for riding Bartels a little bit on the turn.
You know, Bartels showing a good move right there, I think, early in the game. Everybody's thinking about a three-point shooter right now because he's shooting the ball so well. Now, boom, the defense, Fred's probably waiting for that. He puts it on the floor and goes on the drive.
Winters travels for the second time.
I think right now the Hawks, this is their game inside, but they're a little over-anxious. They're trying to do things too quick instead of taking their time and getting under control and then powering the ball up.
Russ Millard checks in as James Winters heads over to Tom Davis's bench. Well, handled with care indeed. ISU has averaged 6.5 turnovers less per game than Iowa. It's 3-3 now as Hoiberg breaks the press, takes it inside, looks for Yulo, but can't find him.
Millard, a good job of getting in the passing lane. I expect in this game, I've expected all along to see Millard play more minutes than he has any time this year.
The Cyclones have a decided height advantage. Yulo, he likes this shot. He can't get it to fall, settles, pulls it down, and Yulo misses a couple inside shots early. Both teams 20% so far, and Gary, I think we know why. They look tense out there.
Well, let's watch Millard. He can shoot the outside shot, but you're going to see Myers drop off of him. They try to pull him out. There it is.
Millard, no. Hamilton is in a little bit of trouble. Dribbles it out of there. There's a loose ball on the floor. Nice hustle by Settles. Gets it to Murray. Off the glass for two, and the hustling Hawkeyes with a nice bucket.
Hawks get two there, but Hoiberg, a nice job of turning loose, not picking up a second foul early. Hamilton Hilton, too much dribbling. You come out there, grab a hold of the ball. There's the trap.
Settle says, yep, I got him.
One of the keys for Iowa in these first 4 games of the year that they've won has been their defense. They have forced 16 steals a game, which is tops in the Big Ten, and they've caused an average of 25 turnovers per game, so they score a lot off their defense.
Budweiser, quick stat for you. Team fouls. Iowa's already picked up 3. The Cyclones just 1. Michalik thought about it. Decides instead to go inside to Meyer. The hook shot doesn't work, and the Cyclones can't find a basket inside.
Didn't have good balance on there. I think there's a lot of anxiety by both teams. You're seeing turnovers and misplays and not good execution. This thing ought to settle down in a couple more minutes.
Millard didn't like it, but he had luggage with him that time, and the Cyclones take over.
I think Iowa State on their offense is much like Iowa. They've been trying to force and do things too quick instead of staying under control.
Iowa with a 2-point lead. It's 5-3. These teams have been scoring in the 90s, but off to a very slow offensive start. Some of that due to the defensive intensity. Hoiberg for 3. No. Bartels with the board.
That was the zone, and that was something else I expected to see more of from Iowa. Let's see what happens. Nothing called.
A lot of contact, no call. Here come the Cyclones. Michalik on the break. Stops, pops. Won't drop.
Good check out by Iowa. Had Loren Meyer pinned off the board. Iowa coming strong on the break.
They turn it over again. Well, not much scoring, but there's plenty of intensity. Iowa leads by 2.
Most feed companies tell you what they will do. Here are 4 things we won't do. We won't abandon our dealers or sell out to a foreign company. We won't compete with our customers by feeding livestock commercially. And we won't stop doing valuable research. If other companies do differently, that's their business. We're going to continue doing what we do best. We like to think the independent producer prefers our way.
For the simple reason that kids will be kids. There's Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa. We cover more children and the people who love them than any other.
You just can't beat the Blues!
This holiday, give gifts everyone will appreciate. Food from Hy-Vee, your gift-giving headquarters. A variety of fruit baskets already designed. Or Hy-Vee will custom design a basket just for you. Or choose a beautiful floral arrangement. Your selected gifts or gift certificates redeemable at any Hy-Vee in 7 states will be enjoyed by anyone on your shopping list. And of course, for holiday parties, Hy-Vee has delicious, eye-appealing meat and cheese platters, vegetable trays, shrimp trees, even full buffets. Make holiday shopping easy with food from your friendly Hy-Vee food store.
Power Miser, the ultimate in heating and cooling efficiency. Gives you free hot water. Put the power back into your pocketbook with Power Miser. For the dealer nearest you, call 1-800-362-2300.
The Budweiser quick stat shows us that neither team is shooting very good from the field. The Hawkeyes at 25% and the Cyclones just at 13%. Gary, what do you attribute that to?
Well, I think both teams are playing out of control offensively, trying to do things too fast, playing beyond their abilities right now. You just got to settle down, get under control, and execute.
Donnell Bivens now in the game for the Cyclones. Kingsbury and Skillett have checked in for Tom Davis's Hawkeyes. Bivens sparked the Cyclones to a win over Northern Iowa and had a perfect half against Drake the other night. Let's see what he does here.
Iowa really changing up defense. They've been zone, traps, man for man. Shot clock down to 4.
Bivens, this time it doesn't fall, but Hoiberg with a rebound. Bivens fights for the board and puts it in.
Well, that's the best thing that could happen for him is to get one down early. He's been red hot as of late, really playing well. You better not take him up that high. Well, he doesn't get, you see, out of control again. Instead of stopping and getting himself under control and going up strong.
Well, that time it was Michalik that maybe should have given it up. He gets the ball taken from behind. Winters looking for two, and he's...
Bad play by Winters. He's playing completely out of control. I think he had Bartels on the wing, wide open for the shot. Got to give it up. He's trying to do too much on his own. Watch him. The wingman to the left of your picture right there is wide open, comes in, bangs Hoiberg, who stands there, picks up the offensive foul. They had a cinch three-point cut if he gives it off.
2 fouls now for the Hawkeyes. James Winters, the only senior on this team. And you're right, Gary. He's just looked out of control several times.
1-2-1-1 press this time, so just a number of looks.
Michalik in the corner.
Yeah, that's what Iowa State needs to do. They move the ball quick.
Jason Kimbrough for 3.
Well, Kimbrough now 2 of 10 on the year, and I'm sure Iowa and Tom Davis, the scouting plan, says drop off and make him show us that they can shoot the ball. Well, I watched him in practice. He can shoot the basketball, but those 2 young guards have been concentrating on getting the ball to other people.
Michalik with the steal. Nice move, but he still can't get it down. Michalik is just having problems getting the ball in the hole. Nice move, though.
Well, as I've said it too many times already, but anxiety is playing a big part in this game already. The emotions are high, and people cannot get geared down for this game right now.
It was hard for us, too. You just get all, you get all emotional about it. Iowa State has its first lead of the game. Coming up at halftime, we'll be naming the Norwest Bank Iowa Academic All-Star. Interesting to note that there's not a single Hawkeye in this gym tonight that has ever played in Hilton Coliseum. Now, James Winters was here, but he had a sore back and did not play. And again, it's Kimbrough for 3.
What keyed that, though, was Hoiberg's pass. As soon as it hit his hand, it was gone to the open man. You wait a count, that shot isn't open.
James Winters answers inside. The Cyclones have more than half their points from a very unexpected source. It's the true freshman, Jason Kimbrough, with a pair of 3s. Iowa State by 4.
Meyer right there. I know they don't want the big guy to handle the ball that much, but if he has a chance, he could take the ball right to the middle, and Iowa State would have a 3-on-2 situation after they beat that trap out front.
Kimbrough looking to shoot now. He's feeling it. There's Michalik, who needs a bucket and still can't get it. Just in and out several times. Ulo's got to feel frustrated. Settles from way outside.
Good job by Michalik that time. They've got numbers here again.
Nice pass. Bivens follows through.
Beautiful job. Bivens really filling, and that's what Iowa State wants to do. If Iowa keeps missing, Iowa State's going to come roaring out of there on the break.
Murray inside. Misses badly. Hawkeyes keep it. Jason Kimbrough off to a terrific start from the point guard position.
I'm really looking at, excuse me, Keith, I'm really looking at Iowa right now from their standpoint. And with their strengths where I think they can hurt Iowa State, I think they've got to slow down a little bit, try and get the ball inside. Millard's back in there with those guys and put some pressure on the Iowa State defense on the inside.
Bartels is checked back in, so is Glasper. There's Bartels, this is where he likes it, but Hoiberg in his face immediately. Hoiberg did a good job of shutting Jeff Allen down at Drake. Let's see what he does with Bartels.
Iowa trying to really spread the floor. Now, they talk about their three-point shooting, but I think a lot of that is a mask. They'll take it, but a lot of that is to cover up on them outside so they can go down inside to that interior game. They've got some quickness.
Settles inside, and he powers it in.
I see he gathered himself that time. Instead of just Harry Scaring going up, he gathered himself with power, took it up and scored, and I think that's where Iowa needs to go.
Meyer misses baseline, and it's Bartels wiping the glass for the Hawkeyes. Murray misses the 3.
Iowa trying to take the passing lanes away right there on the kickout to keep the break from getting started. Iowa's got numbers again. That's wide open.
Millard for 3. Net.
This is one problem he posed, I said before. He can shoot the outside shot. Now, that was on transition, but in the half-court game, he can pull a bigger guy out.
The Hawkeyes are on a run. Cyclones by a point. Whistle inside. Millard is whistled for the foul.
What he did was he either threw an elbow or a shoulder into Hoiberg as he went by on the cut.
We're going to take a break. It's a one-point ball game. Cyclones lead it 13-12.
I can't control the markets.
Putting pressure on the opening bell. December court down a penny.
But I do have the power to choose the right seat.
Pioneer brand 3417. Count on it. Soybean growers have put Pioneer brand soybeans on top. With new varieties that are really hot. Ask for the Pioneer variety right for you. Do it now.
As we look around our hometowns, there's a pride that we share, where children grow and people know what matters. Here in Iowa, we bring the best together, proud to be here, pleased to serve, proud to be here, pleased to serve, Norwest Bank.
My grandfather founded M&M Sales Company in 1937 on just a few basic principles. Provide a good product, deliver prompt, efficient service, and be there when your customers need you. My father, Jerry Meyer, continued that philosophy as M&M Sales Company grew to become one of Iowa's largest copier and facsimile dealers. Today, over 55 years later, we still provide a good product. We still deliver prompt, efficient service, and we're here when our customers need us.
This telecast is a copyrighted presentation of Iowa State University and the Cyclone Television Network. Any use of the pictures or accounts of this telecast without the express prior written permission of Iowa State University and the Cyclone Television Network is expressly forbidden. Johnny Orr would like to see a few more field goals converted.
Well, so would that guy, Tom Davis, as neither team has shot well here in the opening 9 minutes of play.
Kimbrough has trouble getting it in, and Iowa creates a turnover. Hawkeyes do that so well.
You said they forced 25 turnovers a game.
Hoiberg picks up a foul. I think that's 2 on Fred. Hoiberg only 1 point last year over in Iowa City. I'm sure he's anxious to have a good game tonight.
Now you look how important that early foul. Remember I talked about he let the guy go instead of reaching and grabbing like some guys were doing. He'd have been sitting there with 3.
Well, Winters had about 3 people in his face, and somebody's picked up the foul. Is it Bivens? Yep, Bivens draws the foul.
Johnny Orr didn't like the call. He said motion that he had it capped. Let's see what happens. They go over the top right here. Comes in, goes up. Boy, it looked like he had a lot of ball. He might, the first guy other than Bivens, it looked like might have raked him first. It looked like Bivens did cap it.
Bivens just like he took it out of his hand.
Iowa struggles at the free throw line, 57%, but they go there a number of times. They have shot 171 free throws in 4 games.
Well, James Winters only makes about 51%, and that was about the percentage just then. 1 out of 2. Kimbrough with a bad pass, and Murray inside for 2, and the Cyclones are struggling against this press.
You know, they're coming all out right now. They came with the soft press, 3-quarter, half-court, 1-3-1, probably because they're playing on the road. And then they didn't want to jump out and get, say, behind real quick. Now they've come with the hard press where they got them trapped in the corner.
Hoiberg hits the 3. Cyclones reclaim the lead, 16-15. We got 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Hoiberg doubled his output from last year. You know, he had the bad game, only 1 point. Really characteristic. Well, Winters got that to go, but again, he forces the shot.
Kimbrough just too strong.
One thing right now, you've got Kimbrough, who really hasn't faced the kind of pressure that Iowa puts on as a freshman.
Well, Johnny Orr is going to make a switch.
Things look open, and you've got to have the patience to read and react to this defense. Because Millard takes the go down. He's hit the full flop, didn't he? a big reach because he took off a long ways. He has the big hands, and to lay it from that far out, that was a tough play.
A nice athleticism that time by the junior Hoiberg. Murray misses inside, and Hoiberg has the rebound.
They got it where they wanted to right then. Point blank, they're just missing some shots.
Hoiberg, good three. Bivens comes in, he's hit.
Good save.
Hawkeyes 2-on-2. Kenyon Murray with the ball, spins, stops. Kimbrough got him on the arm.
Watch it again. Iowa coming down. Takes him, tries to shake him. Now he gets the spin dribble. Kenyon Murray right there. He goes up and a lot of ball again. I think the official must have been blocked out from the backside because that looked like nothing but ball.
We have the benefit of instant replay.
Kimbrough shaking his head there as it goes off.
He's still shaking his head. Also, Mark Carlson checks in Johnny Orr's Cyclones. Now, Carlson only played a few seconds against Drake, but he's making an early appearance here.
Well, the game is fast-paced, up and down. They're giving Meyer a little breather. Also, Carlson, a good interior defensive player. He'll play you tough, and he will block off. He's strong around the ball on the boards.
Murray shoots about 59% from the line. Got another tie. Murray breaks it. It's the Hawkeyes by 1, and Chris Kingsbury comes back into the game. Both coaches going to the bench early and often.
Kingsbury, a former McDonald's All-American and Mr. Basketball in Ohio, but he's been off to a rough start shooting the basketball. Good penetration by Hollaway as he just comes into the game.
Hollaway comes into the game and takes it to the hole. He's fouled, too.
We talked about Iowa going to the passing lanes. Watch it here. The middle's open. Nobody elects to take him. He takes it right in and draws the foul.
John Carter gets him in, and it looks like, as you mentioned earlier, Gary, that the Hawkeyes are going to see if these Iowa State freshman point guard would put the ball up, and both of them have so far. Hollaway, the only player in Kansas history to play on 4 state championship teams.
Set the scoring record for his high school, so you know that he can score. Averaged, I think it was like 23 points a ball game.
Well, this game is usually tight, and it is again 19-all with 9 minutes to go in the first half. Both teams struggling from the field.
Good help there by Carlson. You see, he got loose from Hoiberg. He picked up, checked him, and cut off what's been a drive.
And Settles steps on the baseline.
Again, I think a little anxious. He knew he had the small guy who put the drop step, stepped out of bounds because he knew it was going to be 2 points. He'd just go right over Holloway. 1-3-1 again, three-quarter. Pick up that ball, boy. Iowa really comes after you.
Hoiberg in a trap, gets it out to Bivens.
Now there, Iowa State is like Bivens. He should have gone to the ball and given him an alley for that pass. Hoiberg had to throw it right through traffic.
Shot clock down to 15.
See, this is Iowa's game plan. You can see that playing here. Iowa State and Hilton. They're going to press, then get back, try and take up a lot of time so you don't have much time on the other end to work on your offense.
Carter kicks it out to Kingsbury for 3. He's been cold from three-point range.
Tell you how cold he is. He's 4 of 19 from that. He's taken 23 shots.
Yulo with that.
And only hit 5.
Yulo knocks down the stop jumper, and that young man needed a field goal, didn't he? Been close several times. That one drops, and it's the Cyclones by a bucket. Bartels for 3.
And again, you see Carlson putting a body on a man and screening him off where that ball is going to come long, and he saves the possession.
Hamilton and Meyer are going to come back in, but we're going to check out for a commercial break. We'll be back with the Cyclones up by 2.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
And I am Mr. Galley-Weekich.
You mean Dr. Galakowitz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Continuous improvement through constant innovation.
It's how Cadillac is creating a higher standard with America's favorite luxury sedan, the 1994 Cadillac DeVille. Completely redesigned with more than 100 newly refined features, each created to keep the driving experience as rewarding as possible. And now DeVille's newest innovation, a $469 a month lease for 24 months with $2,200 down.
Cadillac dealers, your luxury leaders.
It's the 11th hour. The deadline nears, and the tedious work begins.
Good presentation, people. Now, we need 100 sets of this before we go home. Stanley, 100 sets, fronted and back, 3-hole punched and stapled.
The Mita 8585 from Copy Systems, Inc. makes 85 copies a minute. Only a Mita will copy front and back, 3-hole punch, collate, and staple automatically. See the high-volume Mita copier duplicator at Copy Systems, Inc., the one company that helps run many.
Only a Mita could do all this.
Well, these fans think the Cyclones control Hilton here on the Cyclone Television Network, or CTN. Time now for tonight's Pioneer Seed Corn Trivia question. The question is, what is the record for most points scored by an ISU player in a game? I've got a feeling quite a few of you out there know the answer to this one. It's Iowa State 21, Iowa 19. Cyclones facing the press again. Hollaway kicks it to Hoiberg, who's open for the three.
That's what Hollaway does so well. He delivers the ball to people at the right time. And Drake the other night against his zone. As soon as his hands boom to Hoiberg, and Hoiberg gets the shot without any good defensive pressure.
The Cyclones are 4 of 7 from three-point range. Hollaway on the ground creates the turnover. Here comes Bivens, 3-on-1 to Hamilton. It goes down.
That was a great read by Bivens, who is in the middle man, but the defender was facing the other way. He bounced passes against the grain, against the way the defensive player was faced. He can't recover and get back. Cyclones get to it.
Iowa State's biggest lead of the contest, and the Cyclones seem to have some momentum going.
And it's Hollaway. Hollaway in earlier games inspired this team and got things going, not with his offense, but with his defense and his passing.
Well, it's quite a combination, Kimbrough and Hollaway. Kimbrough with the 2 3-pointers early. Now it's Hollaway with the court savvy. Putting the Cyclones to a 7-point lead. It's 26-19. Millard in the paint. People in his face. Meyer rejects it. Hollaway to Bivens. Bivens has a seat. Ball is loose. Hamilton gets it out of there. Kicks it to Hoiberg. The jumper. No good.
Well, both teams are scrapping. A lot of times they come up empty, but they are playing hard.
We've got a big-time jam!
If you're Tom Davis, that's something you do not want to happen when you're on the road, is a play like that. Listen to this crowd.
The Cyclones take a 9-point lead, and it is loud in Hilton Coliseum. Skillet inside, finds an opening, takes advantage, quiets the crowd in a hurry. That was loud. Meyer, nice job by Kingsbury of stripping Meyer from behind.
Big guy doesn't want to hang on to it too long.
Air ball by Murray. Millard powers it in.
Good job. He had to pump fake it about 3 times. Meyer stayed down about as long as he could before he finally went right up with it.
Hoiberg over to Hamilton. Hoiberg for 3. No. And again, it's Bivens hustling. Let's recheck Gary Thompson's keys to victory.
Well, we talked about Iowa State attack and score with the press. They've done a pretty good job of that. Inside defense, they haven't got hurt yet at all right there. Hoiberg has got 2 fouls. The big guys no more than 1. Against Iowa, they are rebounding strong, 18-13. They haven't converted as much off that rebound. Meyer has got 4 points. They've done a pretty good job of controlling Meyer.
Winners inside. We've got a whistle. Foul on Michalik.
Number 42, Julius of Iowa State, his first personal, 5th team foul on the Cyclones.
Fred Hoiberg with 8 points for the Cyclones. Only had 1 point last year. The Cyclones will take over again. Tom Davis doesn't like what's going on here at the end of the first half. A bad inbounds pass created by that Iowa pressure.
Michalik had nobody behind him, so Fred should have laid that ball out and made him run after it.
Murray with a terrific shot. He's got 8 points now for the Hawkeyes.
Murray hasn't shot the ball that well outside. I think that's the way he scored, mostly off steals, inside buckets. Shooting 45%, but only 2 for 13 from the outside. What a ball fake right there.
Nice move by the true freshman Hollaway. And Kimbrough and Hollaway have 3 3-pointers between them. I don't think Tom Davis expected that. Winters with a nice move. Boy, he's very graceful inside.
He's not giving up. He's
31-27. Hoiberg again struggling against that Hawkeye press.
Now Myers, he's too nonchalant right there. When you're going to have hands, you got to take control of that basketball, grab onto it strong, get it to a little guy. Iowa coming after him with the press right now, causing him some problems. And Iowa State not moving right now.
Loren Meyer has turned it over a couple of times against the press. Boy, the Hawkeyes just come at you, don't they? They just keep coming on that press.
That's the way Tom Davis's team's always been. They might give up 10, 12 points in a row to you. He stays right with it. And eventually, you've got to keep executing and hitting shots, or he's back in the ballgame.
Hurl Beechum will shoot the 3.
Beechum with his leg wrapped has not practiced much the last 2 days. Has a hamstring pull. Didn't bother his arm.
Didn't bother his arm at all. Beechum drains the 3.
Well, it was Iowa coming in here, averaging 8 3-point made field goals a game, but it's Iowa State who's really taken over the 3-point shooting.
Gary, the Cyclones have 6 threes already, and they're shooting 60% from the field from 3-point range. It's a 34-29 Cyclone lead. 3:30 to go in the half. Kingsbury for 3. He's been ice cold, and he still has frost on the elbow.
And that's a good job defensively at Beechum. He went to the paint, cut off the driver, Winters, and forced it out to Kingsbury, as you said, who's not shooting the ball well. Yeah, whoa, there's a power dunk.
Winters with a hammer.
If that's a Carver Hawkeye, man, the place goes wild. It doesn't get much here.
It would have gotten a lot over in Iowa City. In fact, Winters had a jam like that last year when the Hawkeyes won by 27. Jacy Hollaway goes to the left hand.
Well, Hollaway got beat on the other end one time. He returns the favor right here. Defensive man ball watches. He makes the cut, takes it up strong with the left hand.
The Cyclones are heating up. They're now shooting 50% from the field. They were at 13% at one time. Mon'ter, Glasper checks in with a 3-pointer, and it's 36-34. Ulo to the hole. Blocked by Winters. He's going to get whistled for the foul. That's his 3rd, and that's a problem for Tom Davis. He'll get Russ Millard in there immediately, and Winters will sit out the rest of the half.
I think this is a play. Watch Michalik go up there. Winters goes up to challenge. Michalik takes it away back there, and now he reaches. Doesn't get a lot, but just gets the hand right there. Kind of a tic-tac foul, but that's a big one. I think Winters playing right there as a senior with 2 fouls, and this late in the half particularly, he's got to know to turn that guy loose. Go up and try and bother him, wave a hand. Do not commit the foul. He's the strength of this team right now in the early part of the season, James Winters, leading scorer and rebounder.
Julius Michalik hit 88.7% last year from the charity stripe. He makes the first one there. Johnny Orr has also checked in true freshman Derrick Hayes into the lineup. He's going to be number 4. You'll see him in just a moment. Michalik puts them both down. We're going to take a break with Iowa State leading by 4, 38-34.
My fields are more than just land. They're where I make my living. And no two are quite the same. So I work hard to do what's right for each one. Because you get out of them what you put into them. Every time I rediscover my farm through my grandson's eyes, I see how good my decisions have really been.
What, I win again? You chaps are so generous. Beginner's luck, you know. Hello, Iowans. Now seems an appropriate time to tell you about the Iowa Lottery's $100,000 cash game.
Do you want another card?
Pick 5 numbers for $1, then sit back to see if you match. You got a new chance at $100,000 every night.
So what's it gonna be?
Is this where I say, hit me? They're great, kid, as they are.
For over 100 years, the Central Iowa Mutual Insurance Association has given Iowa farmers the very best in property insurance coverage. Now this excellent coverage is available to homeowners in town. Central Iowa Mutual Insurance offers dependable, complete property coverage at competitive pricing. Should you ever file a claim, their personal, fast, friendly service will meet your immediate needs. Central Iowa Mutual's hometown agents are anxious to answer your questions. For their name, just give us a call at 515-733-5214.
2 tickets to the Big 8 Conference Basketball Tournament in Kansas City could be yours if you enter the Budweiser Championship Ticket Giveaway. Enter at your local Budweiser retailer or send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to Budweiser Ticket Giveaway, P.O. Box 724, Des Moines, Iowa 50303. All entries due February 28th. Winners announced on the CTN broadcast March 6th. Well, I don't think Johnny Orr expected a lot of point production from his point guards. But Jason Kimbrough and Jacy Hollaway, Hollowbro, as we'll call them, combined for 12 points. So the old Hollowbro point guard position doing just a terrific job. 12 points, and Holloway's really sparked with his court savvy.
Well, he knows what it is to play under pressure. He played in 4 state championship games and won them all. You know what it is to be under pressure. So he has an extra advantage, I think, on a lot of freshmen coming in.
Well, he may never have heard it quite this loud while playing for Mound Ridge, Kansas, but he certainly knows a lot about winning. Kingsbury will try the 3 again, and he finally rips cord.
And that could be a key for Iowa if he could get hot and hit it outside.
Derrick Hayes makes an inbounds judgment error, or there was some miscommunication, it looked like, on the inbounds pass, and the Hawkeyes giving the Cyclones some fits.
Kingsbury went down. I couldn't see what happened. He was going to the lane. All of a sudden, I don't know if he slipped or what. And that pass was intended for him.
Hayes gets it over to Bivens. Michalik is open at the half-court mark, and that time the Cyclones bust the press.
That cross-court pass is open. If they take away the sideline pass, that cross-court is definitely going to be there.
There's Derrick Hayes. He's going to try the 3, kind of a set shot. He just looked like he might have aimed it too much, and Beechum get in the face of Kingsbury a little bit. Hurl Beechum is hot.
Let's see what happens up here. Here comes the shot. Beechum comes in. Oh, Kingsbury reaches across and gets an elbow in there right across the throat. He's trying to clear him out because Beechum got inside position.
Well, Beechum didn't think much of it. I'm sure it wasn't intentional on the part of Kingsbury.
Just as hard physical play going to be between these 2 teams. There wasn't anything dirty about that. He was reaching across, just trying to do anything he could to get Beechum out of there.
And we all know basketball is not a contact sport.
Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
That's right. That time Kingsbury got caught, and Beechum got a whistle. Michalik in the lane too quickly.
We don't see that call very often, but Michalik, I didn't see him. They evidently must have really went hurt.
Hawkeyes bringing it up. Ball batted away. Millard catches it in the eye. Millard goes down. I think Beechum caught him in the eye. Millard looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Murray going down to play doctor right there. All the Hawk teammates gathering around. Let's watch right here. Scramble, he goes for it. Oh, right there. He goes for the ball and hits him right in the eye. And those do hurt.
Oh, that does hurt. Terrific job by our cameramen. They do a great job all night long getting those replays for you.
Tom Davis taking a check. Now he's probably asking, are you okay? You got blurred vision or stay in the game? He's searching for, he did find the contact.
Well, fortunately, Millard looks like he's okay. He's going to check out. May need some saline solution. It's a 1-point Iowa State lead. The execution hasn't always been perfect here in the first half, but there's no problem with the intensity.
Intensity or desire has been there by both teams, no doubt about it.
This team shooting just under 50% from the field so far. They started a lot slower. It has heated up some here at the end of the half. Jess settles with
Hawks like to look for Murray on the out-of-bounds play there. Oh, they thought they had him.
5 seconds, and the Cyclones take over. Well, both teams playing good defense.
Yeah. Must not have had room for that pass in there. Might have had to, if he's going to bounce it on the out-of-bounds line, because Murray does that little move and spins back underneath, and they kind of give him a little shovel pass.
Well, Hayes finds Michalik on the inbounds pass there, just like he said. Michalik open here at half court. Beechum for 3. That's short.
But again, good ball movement against the zone is what opens that shot up. Hollaway doing a great job.
Beechum pins it on the backboard from behind, but it looks like he caught him.
The Hawks right now playing much more under control when they receive the ball. Everything was going too fast and out of sync early. Now they're really getting back. Good pass right here, bullet pass. Murray goes up, takes it up. Beechum too late getting there. Murray to the line for 2.
Mon'ter Glasper with a nice dish inside.
Glasper leading the Hawks in assists with 12, and also has really handled the ball well.
Now Murray, no problem with the free throw. There's a look at Russ Millard. Looks like he's being checked out by the doctor there, too. Meyer checks back in for the Cyclones and pulls down the rebound immediately. Hollaway looking for somebody. Inside pass to Bivens. Don't think he was expecting it from Beechum, and it's a tie ball game at 38. We're nearing the minute mark in the first half.
Okay, I think really what happened, I think Carter got a piece of that ball a little bit and deflected out, and then Bivens, the ball not coming where he think it is, hits off his fingers. Tie ball game.
There have been many substitutions in this first half. Both Tom Davis always substitutes a lot. Johnny Orr going to his bench a little more than I've seen him do in a long time. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's where, as a teammate, the captain out there, whoever it is, wants to say to them, they got 11 seconds, bear down. Let's not let them get a good shot. They play really tough defense, aggressive, not let them come away with an easy one.
Hollaway playing tough defense. Does Iowa realize the shot clock's on 2? Looks like Settles did. He gets a charge. Loren Meyer stands his ground in there and takes it.
And that's one of the things you work on in practice, is taking that charge. Most coaches will have drills for that. Watch it. Meyer there in plenty of time. Settles tries to avoid him, but just cannot jump enough to the inside to avoid hitting big Loren Meyer.
So avoiding Meyer, that's kind of like avoiding a building. He's a big guy. Derrick Hayes, the true freshman, will bring it in against this tough Iowa press. Bivens has played a long time.
Iowa State got a chance, if they can get an early good shot, to get 2 possessions for 1. There should be it. Bivens remains on fire. He has really blossomed now and got confidence in his own abilities to shoot the ball.
You can see it. He's just got so much confidence out there. He's become a three-point threat. Murray. Beechum gets the turnover. Gets it up to Bivens.
Oh, man. Beechum with a great play and a save and a look on that pass. Turning around about a 180 and hitting Bivens in stride.
Wow.
This is the same kind of play again. You want to say to your teammates, don't let them score here now. We've had a run. Send them into the dressing room on a downer. Don't let them score. The Hawks, meanwhile, are saying, let's get one.
We got to get one, they're saying, yeah. And there you go. He's looking for Murray, and Murray takes it up.
Beautiful play. They get done what they need to do. They take some glamour off that first half for Iowa State.
It has been a war out there. Tough fight by both teams. What a good game. Iowa State leads it 43-40. What a highlight to end the half on.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated. And by Norwest Bank, Iowa, the home of free checking.
Norwest is proud to be here and pleased to serve.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no, it's Ted from accounting.
Norwest Bank salutes Iowa. The state's 6,284 Norwest employees are proud to call home.
If you want, need, or just gotta have a full-size pickup, your Ford dealer's making it easy with the lowest lease rate ever on Ford F-150. $209 a month for 24 months. And hey, this isn't one of those long-term stripped-down deals either. For $209 a month, you're getting a truck that's fully loaded. Plus, after 24 months, you can get a new truck, buy the one you got, or just walk from the whole deal. No ball and chain here. So if you want, need, or just gotta have a pickup, check out the lowest lease ever on the Ford F-150. Only at your Ford dealer, the Truck Authority.
Oh, great. Another commercial for a car I'll never own.
This could be you.
Say what?
Visit Meskwaki Bingo and Casino during December, and this 40th anniversary limited edition Corvette could be yours. Every time you visit, deposit your gaming ticket stub and you're one step closer to the ultimate Christmas present. Winning entry drawn 10 p.m. December 30th. Must be present to win.
Hey, it's me, cruising downtown.
There's never been a better time to win than December at Meskwaki Bingo and Casino, west of Tama, Toledo on Highway 30.
Students in Professor John Corbett's research group at Iowa State University are helping push out the frontiers of science. They have a chance to share in the discovery of an entirely new class of chemical compounds. Nearly 1,000 have been synthesized here for the first time. And they're studying under a professor who happens to be a member of the National Academy of Sciences, an honor bestowed on only the most distinguished scientists from around the world. At Iowa State University, the standard is excellence.
The Cyclones lead it by 3, thanks in part to a terrific play by Beechum and Bivens. But really, Gary, I think both teams can probably feel good going into the half.
Certainly they do. I think they do, Keith. I think for Iowa, that last basket was awfully important. As the teams went off the floor, had they not scored, this crowd would have really let loose. The way it was, the Hawkeyes calmed them down somewhat with that last basket.
Do you think both teams are going to look to adjust in the second half?
Well, I think you're going to see more of the same. This action's been terrific here in the first half. Trying to reduce the turnovers. Both teams have settled down or playing more under control, except the intensity of this game has caused a lot of turnovers. Iowa on the press, and Iowa State also with their defense, even though they haven't pressed as much.
Well, it has been intense, hasn't it? Let's take a look at the Norwest Bank's Academic All-Star, and it is Fred Hoiberg. Hoiberg is a member of the Iowa State men's basketball team, as you know. Hoiberg was named Academic All-Big 8 last season. Quite an honor. Congratulations to Fred Hoiberg, tonight's Norwest Bank's Academic All-Star. Norwest Bank, Iowa, the home of free checking. Norwest is proud to be here and pleased to serve. We'll be right back with our halftime interview.
What do you buy a man for Christmas?
That's a tough question.
I know exactly.
He's into sports.
Sports Illustrated.
This Christmas, give him the gift he really wants, Sports Illustrated. And this year, your gift will be truly spectacular. He'll get SI's exclusive Michael Jordan Thrill Pack, 2 great Michael Jordan videos, and a collector's edition of Sports Illustrated that lets him relive the thrilling moments in the career of the man who became a legend. And best of all, his Thrill Pack's free with your paid gift subscription to Sports Illustrated.
That would be perfect.
With a subscription to Sports Illustrated, he'll come face-to-face with all the intensity, action, and emotion of sports, week after week, 54 times a year. All for just $1.39 an issue. You save 52% off the cover price.
Now I'll have one gift I know he's going to like.
This year, give him the gift he's sure to love, Sports Illustrated and the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. Call now.
It's a sure thing.
You don't have to be a farmer to love soybeans. You only have to love good food. That's because soybean oil helps make some of the best tasting foods you can spread, saute, bake, or freeze. And like all vegetable oils, soybean oil is a cholesterol-free food. It's naturally low in saturated fat, and it lets great flavors come through without a flavor of its own. So if you care about what you eat and how it tastes, look for soybean oil on the label of your favorite foods. Soybean oil from a field near you.
Hello, darling, well, hello, darling, it's so nice to have you here where you belong. You're looking swell, darling, I can tell, darling, you're still growing, you're still glowing, you're still going strong.
Principal Healthcare of Iowa, what healthcare is meant to be. Formerly HMO Iowa and United Healthcare of Iowa.
Farm Bureau Federation and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa present the Cyclone Halftime Spotlight. And tonight's featured guest is a very special guest, the new athletic director at Iowa State, Gene Smith. And Gene, you're getting to experience firsthand, kind of for the first time, exactly what Hilton Magic is all about. What do you think?
I tell you, it's exciting. I really didn't have an idea of what it would be like until I sat down and watched the team come out on the floor and didn't feel the energy from the crowd. So it's exciting for me.
I know something else you're excited about is the new facilities for the football team and the athletic department in general. Why don't you tell us about the new $8 million Champions of Tomorrow project?
Well, basically what we're trying to do is build a facility that can accommodate all of our sports. Many of our teams are spread out around campus and the coaches' offices are dispersed. And we need a facility that brings everyone together so that we can create the type of team and the cohesion that we need. So we're building a structure in the north end zone that would accommodate all our sports, improving our locker rooms for our football program, and improving our meeting spaces for all of our sports. So we're pretty excited about it, and we think it's something that's going to allow us to work more efficiently, and at the same time it's going to allow us to be able to recruit. We're going to dress up the front of the Olsen building and make it something that's consistent with the Iowa State Center as far as its aesthetics is concerned, and I feel very comfortable that it'll be beautiful. The back part of the Olsen building will have a plaza area that will enter the new facility, which is a 60,000 square foot facility, and it'll be a beautiful plaza area that we hope people will enjoy as they come to our games and experience the excitement of Cyclone football. The top story is a suite area that's a donor room that accommodates 360 people, so it's going to be a beautiful facility that people will enjoy to see, and we'll be able to house all of our athletic programs.
Do you think something like this is a way of getting the magic that we have here in Hilton out onto the football field? Do you think facilities like this can make that kind of difference?
Well, I think facilities help, but I think the main thing we have to do in football is win. The bottom line is we have to put a product on the field that is competitive, exciting, and enjoyable. And we need people to get excited about winning programs in football. So I think that'll happen, and facilities is just a piece of that.
We appreciate you joining us here at halftime. Well, enjoy the Hilton Magic.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Let's hear more about the Caring Program for Children.
This basketball season, when my players are shooting from three-point range, our baskets are helping uninsured Iowa children receive needed health care services.
For every three-pointer scored by the Cyclones, the Iowa Farm Bureau Federation and the Iowa State University Athletic Department together are donating $75 to the Caring Program for Children. This statewide program gives Iowa children a healthy start in life and is administered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa.
Is it going to be a Cyclone state or a Hawkeye state? We'll find out right after this. It's the Cyclones by 3 as we head to the second half.
I can't control the weather.
The forecast calls for more sunshine and a high.
But I do have the power to choose the right seat. Pioneer brand 3525. Count on it.
When you rotate from corn to soybeans, stay with the brand that gives you a proven yield advantage. Pioneer. See your Pioneer sales representative for the soybean varieties right for you.
When I'm on the road, I dream of fried chicken. Hardee's fried chicken.
Chicken's on me, fellas.
This holiday, Hardee's has great deals on fried chicken.
I knew that.
8 pieces, $5.99. 12 pieces, $7.99. And 16 pieces, $9.99. A Hardee holiday deal.
Can I get an 8-piece Hardee pack, please?
8, 12, and 16 piece.
Make that 2 16-piece.
Are you ready for some real good? Wow.
Close your eyes and think of all the things that have changed in the past 10 years. Then think of something that hasn't changed all that much. Well, think about something that just keeps changing for the better. The Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. 95% of them bought in the last 8 years are still on the road. And with airbag, anti-lock brakes, automatic, air, and V6 engine, it's just $15,995. Oh, you can open your eyes now. It's your money.
We're studying Robert's delicious-tasting orange juice. If you will divert your eyes upwards, you can see the Robert's juice cows sunning themselves in the trees above. Ripe from the pasture sun, the juice cow gingerly prepares for her dismount. Double backflip with a twisting 2.5 degree of difficulty. And squeezing. The subsequent juices rush to your grocers to ensure its fresh taste. In fact, the only way to get fresher juice than that is to come to the Robert's pasture. And wait under a tree.
How do you make it taste so good?
Tell me, how would you describe the typical Iowa State student?
That's kind of tough to say.
Well, what do ISU students do for fun?
It's hard to describe.
Well, what do Iowa State students do when they graduate?
They get jobs. Any more questions?
No more questions. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated.
Time now to take a look at the halftime statistics brought to you by Bud Light. The Cyclones leading 43-40. Both teams shooting about 50% from the field, dead even at the free throw line. The Hawkeyes do have an advantage in turnovers, rebounds, and the Cyclones with an advantage in turnovers. Gary, what do you see off that?
Well, the other thing is points off turnovers is the difference in 5 points right there. The other thing, Iowa come in averaging 8 field goals. They're right on 3-point goals. They're right on track for the first half. But Iowa State, 7-13.
We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll decide the championship of Iowa. The Cyclones have a 3-point advantage going in.
Anheuser-Busch's SeaWorld Parks, the trust between our trainers and whales is built over time. Every year, we introduce over 10 million people to the creatures of the sea. We're hoping to help make what's true of SeaWorld true of the people and animals of the whole world. At Anheuser-Busch, that's our pledge and our promise.
You don't have to be a farmer to love soybeans. You only have to love good food. That's because soybean oil helps make some of the best tasting foods you can spread, saute, bake, or freeze. And like all vegetable oils, soybean oil is a cholesterol-free food. It's naturally low in saturated fat, and it lets great flavors come through without a flavor of its own. So if you care about what you eat and how it tastes, look for soybean oil on the label of your favorite foods. Soybean oil from a field near you.
What, I win again? You chaps are so generous. Beginner's luck, you know. Hello, Iowans. Now seems an appropriate time to tell you about the Iowa Lottery's $100,000 cash game.
Do you want another card?
Pick 5 numbers for $1, then sit back to see if you match. You got a new chance at $100,000 every night.
So what's it gonna be?
Is this where I say, hit me? They're great, kid, as they are.
A simple comparison between the best-selling car in America, Ford Taurus, and the Honda Accord. Let's compare standard equipment. Taurus, V6 engine, automatic transmission, seating for 6. The Accord, a 4-cylinder engine, manual transmission, and seating for only 5. The 94 Taurus has standard dual airbags, plus a whole list of other standard features you won't find on the Accord. Plus, at $269 a month for 24 months, here's a price you can't compare to. So when it comes to comparisons, don't lower your standards. Ford Taurus, the best-selling car in America, only at your Ford dealer. Tonight's game is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who remind you friends know when to say when.
by Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated. And by Norwest Bank, Iowa, the home of free checking. Norwest is proud to be here and pleased to serve.
Let's take a quick check on who is starting for each team in the second half, brought to you by Norwest Bank, Iowa, the home of free checking. Norwest is proud to be here and pleased to serve for Iowa. The same five: Murray, Settles, Winters, Bartels, and Glasper. For the Iowa State Cyclones, Hamilton and Michalik at forward, Meyer the center, Hoiberg and Kimbrough will play guards, but expect to see Donnell Bivens pretty quickly. He leads the way with 9 points. A quick check on the three-point shooting for the Cyclones shows Iowa State at 7 for 13 from behind the three-point stripe. Remember, the Caring Program for Children gets $75 for every Cyclone three-point basket. That's already $525. That's terrific.
They're banking some money there tonight, aren't they?
They are making a lot of money, and that's just in the first half. I oughta went to Ames. Some good signs here tonight at Hilton Coliseum. The Cyclones are going for their 20th win in a row at Hilton. That's currently the 4th longest streak in the country, one behind Massachusetts, but they could tie that tonight.
It's been a good run, and can't see Iowa State. I think they'll run that streak. They win tonight. I think there's no doubt they'll run that up to about 25 or 6 games before they even have a tester at home.
I'm sure Johnny Orr will say differently before each game, though. This is definitely the biggest test for a while, though down in El Paso, there's going to be some good teams in the Christmas tournament. Tom Davis, the Iowa head coach, in his 8th year, he's got 156 wins and 6 NCAA appearances. Cyclones with the first possession of the second half, leading by 3.
Iowa coming out in the zone.
Hawkeyes really change up the defense a lot. It's confusing.
They make you adjust. It makes you take some time. They're always hoping they can work the clock down where you're taking a 4th shot.
Kimbrough shoots another 3. This time it won't go.
Bartels with the rebound. Bartels only 3 points in the ballgame. I think it was an opening tray by him for Iowa.
Settles, turns, squares, and shoots. Hamilton cleans the glass for the Cyclones. Kimbrough out in front, looking for somebody to throw it to. Instead, he takes a shot and hits the deck. And Glasper is going to pick up the foul. Just a reminder that later in the game, Gary and I will be choosing the Pioneer Seed Corn Player of the Game. That's an honor that's wide open right now. Kimbrough looking to shoot here in the second half. He's taken a couple of quick shots. I'm not too sure about that one.
Well, he got a little confidence with those 2 3-pointers, but I was going to say both freshmen showing some real courage out here. They're not afraid to play.
Kimbrough played a year of prep school ball in Maine. So he's not right out of high school. And I think that poise shows. 8 of the players on that Maine team, Maine Central Prep, went to Division I schools on full scholarship. He, of course, was one of them.
Iowa State that time trying to trap. Free throwing should be mentioned. In the first half, both clubs were 4 for 6. Nice entry pass by Settle. Beautiful.
Hawkeyes press again, full court press. Gave the Cyclones some troubles in the first half, particularly Loren Meyer turned it over a couple of times. Hoiberg thinks about it, kicks it out to Kimbrough.
Meyer's got Murray underneath, so they just bide their time. Hamilton takes it in there, doesn't get it down. He's got his head down, wasn't able to see because Meyer had a definite advantage on Kenyon Murray on the inside. Ooh, boy, that hit board hard.
That was a brick.
Looking at James Winters right there. 3 personal fouls. Has to be a little careful here not to pick up a quick 4th.
I show Loren Meyer with no points. Is that what you have?
For the game?
For the game?
No, he had 4.
He had 4 points, yeah. Okay.
He had a jam off a free throw, I think it was, and then had another hang-back basket. But Iowa did a good job on him, limiting him to 4. But on the other hand, the ball game is played up and down, so he's trailing, kicking it out. There's not as much a half-court game.
Well, averaging nearly 25 points a game.
Might have been a walk.
Yeah, I think he got away with one there. Michalik pumps and puts it in.
A little bit of a James Winters move there, coming to a 2-legged hop.
Hamilton picks up a foul in the backcourt.
Hamilton of Iowa State is first personal, Iowa State's first team foul of the half.
We talked about Winters having 3 fouls. Here's Michalik right here. Winters does a good job, goes up, turns him loose, and Michalik just takes that little left-hand hook.
Winters inside, gets good position and puts it off the glass.
That's what I was talking about earlier, one of the keys, inside defense. I think you pressure them not to get the ball, deny them. Once they get it, if I'm Michalik and Meyer, I'm going to drop off a half a step, not let them play that tight and drive in.
Nice move by Meyer. When he has scored, they've been spectacular. And Bartels answers with yet another 3.
That's the way he started the game. He is a standstill shooter out there. You give him room, he can knock it down. He didn't have that many opportunities in the first half.
Bartels shooting more than 50% from behind the arc. Hamilton with the jumper, shoots an air ball.
He is really tight shooting.
Yeah, he doesn't look confident when he shoots, and you see a little hesitation.
Bivens, who played 17 minutes in the first half, is getting up off the bench.
Winters inside again as Iowa ties the score again. 7th tie of the night. Everything is supposed to be.
Iowa State's defense a little porous right now. The Hawks really attacking underneath. Cyclones getting caught up on some screens.
Meyer looks for something. Finds Michalik. Michalik with good position, puts it off the glass.
That's good concentration right there. He starts for the drive, sees chucked off. If he takes it all the way, it's probably an offensive foul. Holds up, goes up, and shoots a little jumper.
Michalik struggled in the early going. Bartels trying to shoot that 3. Most of the time, Hoiberg's in his face.
I think what's happening, just watching now a couple times, Iowa State is really not hustling the picks on the backside. If they're going to go man for man, they've really got to hustle and beat that man to the spot.
Shot clock down to 5. Glasper
too much dribbling.
Trying to dribble through traffic. And it's a jump ball. Possession stays with Iowa.
And now on the new rule right here, Iowa will only get 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, can the Hawkeyes get a shot off in just 2 seconds? We'll find out right after this.
I can't control the weather.
The forecast calls for more sunshine and a high.
But I do have the power to choose the right seat. Pioneer brand, $33.94. Count on it.
When you rotate from corn to soybeans, stay with the brand that gives you a proven yield advantage. Pioneer. See your Pioneer sales representative for the soybean varieties right for you.
As we look around our hometowns, there's a pride that we share, where children grow and people know what matters. Here in Iowa, we bring the best together, proud to be here, pleased to serve, proud to be here, pleased to serve, Norwest Bank.
Introducing Des Moines' new Oldies 93.3 KIOA.
1, 2, 3. Good love. Now give me that good, good love. Good love. All I need is love. Good love.
Good times, great oldies.
Take it, baby. Now take it out, baby.
Des Moines' new Oldies 93.3 KIOA. Good times and great oldies.
Here in the Midwest, we produce some of the world's highest quality foods, like pork. And now McDonald's is bringing back a favorite, the delicious McRib sandwich. Boneless pork simmered in sassy barbecue sauce, nestled on pickles and onions on a home-style roll. And now, for a limited time, get the McRib Extra Value Meal for just $2.99. Good food from America's heartland. The McRib. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Here's another Budweiser quick stat. The Hawkeyes out-rebounding the Cyclones in both halves. And And Gary, explain that alternating possession jump ball call down here.
Well, when you have a tie-up like that, to reward the defense, if the arrow goes to the offensive team, they then get the ball with the same amount of seconds on the shot clock. The clock operator put 35 back on when we're in timeout, but the officials converge, and it should be 2 as it is now. So Iowa, and I notice Eddie Hightower letting the Hawks know over there that they've got 2 seconds to put the ball in play.
Well, as we said, we'll find out if the Hawkeyes can get a shot off in the 2 seconds.
Watch the lob pass. There it is. Got to put it up.
Millard doesn't get the bounce, but another rebound for the Hawkeyes. Murray, there's a travel call inside. Did Murray walk with it?
He walked, but I got to credit Murray for staying right with it. A lot of people, and Tom Davis says he was shoved, and that's what caused him to walk. But Murray stayed right with it. A lot of guys will quit when they hear that shot clock buzzer.
Michalik was in all kinds of trouble, but he finds Kimbrough. Donnell Bivens now in the game. He had 9 points in the first half. He's been the spark for the Cyclones the past 2 games against Northern Iowa. Michalik takes a pass in the chest.
Iowa 2-3 zone. Boy, they've given the Cyclones a lot of different looks. Good kick out. Now that's great recognition. A year ago, no way. He shoots the ball. He sees he's fenced in right there, kicks it out, and the guy gets a wide open shot.
Nice
good
play.
recognition.
Another good shot by Hoiberg.
And Murray and Bivens really going at it.
Winters takes it strong to the hole. You can count the basket and put him on the line. Winters just keeps going to the hole. This guy likes to take it to the rack. He's been there over and over again. Even when it wasn't working for him, he just keeps going.
You see Winters cover that stride, the 2-footed stride stop we talk about, plants and then goes up, and he is quick and strong. Outside in there, you've got to give him the outside shot, I think, with Michalik covering him. You've got to back off and use your size to bother him if he wants to go up and take the shot outside.
James Winters struggles from the free throw line. He's averaging nearly 20 points a game, but only 51% from the stripe. Makes that one count. Just a reminder that later in the game, Gary and I will be choosing the off-the-bench player in acknowledgement that players do come off the bench to make contributions to the team. And Hoiberg breaks the press to Michalik.
Almost not enough on that ball again. Hoiberg's just kind of softening up. There's nobody behind that guy coming up the sideline, so he's got to throw it a little farther down court and make him go get it.
Hoiberg strong inside for his 13 points, and Hoiberg is kind of taking over right now. He only had 1 point last year, but he's got 13 already this year. Cyclones by 4. Crowd starts to come alive again. Hoiberg with the steal.
Good anticipation.
He is all over the court.
He plays an all-around basketball game about as well as any player there is.
Millard gets the whistle and discusses it with the official. Winters checks back in. So does Murray. So does Skillett. Millard will sit down.
You know, I expected a little bit more out of Millard in this ball game, particularly the boards. He only had 1 rebound officially in the first half, but I know he's been bothered by a bad back. Settles, I found out tonight for some friends, has also had some troubles with some shin splints that have bothered him a little bit.
If you've ever had them, you know they hurt when you get them.
Iowa State with a couple of injuries, too. We talked about Beechum. It didn't hurt him, seemingly, that hamstring. And then, of course, Hollaway come in and played great, too. He's been bothered by those bad backs.
Loren Meyer with the jumper. Every time Loren Meyer has scored, it's been a good highlight. He hasn't scored as much as he has in the first 3 games, but when he has made a shot, it's been a highlight.
And that's no accident. Loren Meyer has good touch from 18 feet, 15 to 18 feet.
Meyer pressing along with Kimbrough.
Now Iowa has the attack right there.
Oh, nice. To the hole move by the freshman. Jess settles. He jams it in Bivens' face. James picking up speed. Bivens pulls up, shoots the J across the face.
Well, another good recognition of defense. That's a tough shot. You come down to about a 10-foot, no glass to put it up. Bivens is just playing tremendous basketball for Johnny Orr's team. Boy, these clubs are going right at each other. with a great game. Taking it into trouble. You don't want it right there, and they get the jump ball.
And the Cyclones will have the ball.
Never, as a young player, do you want to take that ball into the corner. You got the midcourt stripe, you got the out of bounds as two defenders, plus you're getting trapped. No place to go, no man's land.
The crowd applauds the intensity.
Watch it right here. Comes in, the double team should come up, coming there from the backside, and now he's in trouble. See Eddie Hightower with a thumbs up, jump ball. Should be Iowa State's possession.
Budweiser quick stat shows us that Iowa State is shooting 8 of 14 from three-point territory. The Hawkeyes not doing too badly either.
Iowa's turned it over now 26 times, which is really hurting them to Iowa State 17.
It is the Cyclones ball with a 6-point lead, nearing the 13-minute mark. As Gary said, it's just been a terrific ball game. Meyer posts up, can't get the hook shot. Looks like it might have been partially blocked. Bivens picks up his third foul, I believe. Yes, it is.
You saw Bivens grimace right there. He's thinking 3. Man, he said, I'm going great. I don't want to have foul trouble and have to sit out. When you've got it going, you want to play.
He's got it going. He came in and sparked the Cyclones against Northern Iowa. Did the same thing against Drake. And really, he's done that against the Hawkeyes here today. Donnell Bivens has just played a real key role coming off the bench. And there he creates the turnover. Well, good hustle by Winters. Murray for 3. Nope, it's a 2.
Boy, Winters turns a turnover into 2 points with a good recovery.
Murray was inside the arc that time, 2-pointer.
Iowa now has gone to they're really spreading the court and taking one-on-one drives. Looking for Murray and basically Winters.
Meyer working the inside, draws another foul. That's going to be on Millard.
Now, Iowa started to really come after him that time. Loren Meyer has to watch the next time. He might want to go outside with that pass right away. Watch him. They're coming back in. They're coming from the outside. He's got 3-4 guys around him. He has to take it away. Not the easiest shot. Lucky right there, I think, to draw the foul. The outside is open now, I think, to relieve some pressure on himself. Kick it outside real quick the next time. And then you'll make that defender think, and he's not going to maybe come all the way.
Loren Meyer is a pretty good free throw shooter for a guy nearly 7 foot. I guess I jinxed him. Johnny Orr has a good free throw shooting team, only 78%. 6th in the nation last year. Meyer makes that one. They'll give the Cyclones a 5-point advantage. We've got 12:20 to play.
Let's watch Iowa on their offense right now. Trying to get Bartels a 3-point shot. They run him off the screen. Had to hurry it a little bit.
That's the thing with 3-point baskets. They bounce out farther away from the goal.
There Iowa goes back to the post-up. Millard. Tough shot. Good job of getting that ball over Meyer.
Nice move by Millard. He makes it a 3-point game. Kimbrough. And there's Bivens. Does it again. Bivens may never come out of the game. Murray throws it up hard, stays with it though. Then there's Winters. And
great offensive rebounding, and that's one of their strengths.
Hawkeyes always have a good rebounding team. They've got another one this year.
This is why this club has shot 171 free throws. Kind of a forced shot here, but look at him go back after it. Murray comes back after his own shot, takes it up. Now Winters goes up strong, finally gets the foul. 3 shots.
Bivens has picked up his 4th foul.
Well, that's a big play because he's been playing lights out. 13 points, tied with Hoiberg. Oh, Bivens got some blood on there too, so he's going to have to come out regardless. So that.
And Sean Jackson is going to check in for Johnny Orr's Cyclones. Now Jackson at one time during the preseason was listed as the starter, but he has not played at all for Johnny Orr lately. Jacy Hollaway will join Jackson out on the court. Kimbrough sits. Bivens also sits down. A mandatory NCAA rule: when you have blood on the jersey, you have to close up the wound and cover it. Looks like maybe
Winter's the same thing.
Yeah, it's on the elbow. You see it. Nice shot. James Winters has 16 points on the night. What an intense player. You get a good look there. What has to be done when a player gets blood on the jersey or blood on the elbow, has to come out. The doctor goes to work on him immediately. The freshman from Winfield Mount Union, Jess Settles, makes the first free throw.
Jess Settles, Iowa's Mr. Basketball last year, averaged 27 in high school. His teammate, Clay Edwards, a senior this year, has signed and is coming to Iowa State.
Settles makes it a three-point ball game. That's the way we started the half. That's the way it still is.
Football. Real football. On real grass.
Lambeau Field and snow.
No, too obvious. What about the fearsome force?
The Purple People Eaters.
Carl Eller.
No-name defense.
The Oakland Raiders.
Baltimore Colts. Hey, Mike Curtis.
Ray Nitschke.
Willie Lanier.
Immaculate reception.
Franco's Italian.
Oh, real fullback.
Franco Harris, Marv Hubbard, take your pick.
No. The Snake to Clarence. There's 26 seconds left. AFC semifinals versus Miami.
Beechwood Aged Budweiser. Crisp, classic.
This holiday, give gifts everyone will appreciate. Food from Hy-Vee, your gift-giving headquarters. A variety of fruit baskets already designed, or Hy-Vee will custom design a basket just for you, or choose a beautiful floral arrangement. Your selected gifts or gift certificates redeemable at any Hy-Vee in 7 states will be enjoyed by anyone on your shopping list. And of course, for holiday parties, Hy-Vee has delicious, eye-appealing meat and cheese platters, vegetable trays, shrimp trees, even full buffets. Make holiday shopping easy with food from your friendly Hy-Vee food store.
Constant change.
For over 25 years, Des Moines Area Community College has been serving the constantly changing needs of your community.
Progress.
We've grown with you and your continuing desire for lifelong learning.
Diversity.
And we're here to serve everyone with every kind of need, including you. Des Moines Area Community College, a part of your future.
2 tickets to the Big 8 Conference Basketball Tournament in Kansas City could be yours if you enter the Budweiser Championship Ticket Giveaway. Enter at your local Budweiser retailer or send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to Budweiser Ticket Giveaway, Box 724, Des Moines, 50303. Entries due February 28th. Winners announced on the CTN broadcast March 6th. And look at the Christmas menu. Poached Panthers, Bivens Baked Bulldogs, and Hilton Heated Hawkeyes.
Jackson in the lineup right now. I think it's first action of the year.
First appearance of the year. Preseason, he was a starter, but he did not play in the first 3 wins for the Cyclones.
See, we got, looks like we got box and 1 out of Iowa coming out of the timeout. Let's see if Kingsbury is shadowing on Hoiberg. We got the 4-man zone inside. Nice cut. Nice dish out.
Beechum buries it.
Boy, and that's his strength.
Hurl's world for 3. 66-60, and that just set up perfectly if you're Hurl Beechum.
The people off the bench for Johnny Orr's nice team have really done a job. They've really made significant contributions.
Kingsbury and Glasper playing the guards for Tom Davis's Hawkeyes. Settles, finds Bartels, 10 on the shot clock.
Good help by Hoiberg right there. See, Hoiberg doesn't want to go all the way back on Settles because he has to respect Bartels' outside shooting. Jackson in there for rebounding is not checking out right now. He's just going to get the ball. Settles a little bit bigger, goes right over the top.
Well, this is certainly an intense time to make your first appearance of the year as Sean Jackson checks in the second half. 3-point ball game at the time. It's 6 right now. Cyclones lead at 66-60. We're nearing the 10-minute mark. Both teams unbeaten for the first time in 9 years when they meet.
Iowa back to the straight zone again. This time after it looked like they were boxing one the last time. Good job by Meyer on the inside.
Loren Meyer follows with a huge bucket, and he'll go to the line. Big shot by Loren. Meyer. The intensity is just higher with him.
Well, and credit Beechum, who keeps it alive. He gets a hand up there and keeps the ball on the board for Meyer to come back and stick it in. Let's watch it. Here's the shot. Beechum comes in. Nobody comes to check from off the zone and protect that side. He keeps it alive. Meyer up strong. Millard from behind.
Russ Millard has to sit down with his 4th foul, and Beechum almost making a pass on the glass over to Meyer. And Gary, I think you said it earlier, but Meyer is just playing with more fire and intensity this year. He converts the free throw. Loren Meyer has 12 now, and the Cyclones have a 9-point lead. Can the Hawkeyes get back in it?
That equals the biggest lead the Hawks had. Iowa State had a 9-point lead in the, or matches, I should say, a 9-point lead in the first half.
And it's the big man with the rebound. He's harassed by the Hawkeyes. A steal by Murray.
I think we got a foul.
And there's a foul. Murray gets up unhappy. Well, Beechum picks up the foul. These players are very intense out there. I tell you, you know a temper could flare at any moment because they both want it badly. Been a Hawkeye State for the past year. Iowa State wants the title back. The 9-point lead, under 10 minutes to play.
Well, Iowa given a lot of looks on offense. They come with a 1-4 set that time. Settle comes, I think, from high to low and gets posted up down deep.
You can count the bucket and send him to the line. Nice inside
Watch
pass.
it. They get a pickup from low to high pick. Settles comes down, gets it deep on the blocks, and man, I tell you, the Hawks are trouble if you get them down that deep.
Sean Jackson picks up his first foul. Red Hoiberg bringing it in against the press.
This is their all-out press. There comes the trap.
And Hoiberg's going to sprint it out.
Meyer on the wing. Oh, it should be a bounce right there. If he bounce passes that, it's going to be slam jam time.
The Winners thinks Iowa should have it. The initial signal was Cyclone Basketball. That's going to draw a stare from Johnny Orr. The referees conferred on it and decided that it was Hawkeye Basketball. That's a big turnover.
Well, Iowa is not setting anything. They are just getting multiple offenses for Iowa State to adjust to.
Fred Hoiberg picks up a foul. Johnny Orr is really mad now. He's stomping over on the sidelines.
Watch here. We'll see. I think Kingsbury coming off the drive. He gets a shoulder up on Hoiberg. Hoiberg rides him there with a little pressure. Not a lot of contact, but gets called. Official coming into your picture right on top of the play.
Chris Kingsbury only shoots about 55% from the line, which is a low percentage for a guy known as a sharpshooter, but he's been struggling.
Yeah, I think it's a case of a freshman a lot of times coming in. He's a good shooter. Everybody knows that, but it just takes time to get adjusted and feel comfortable.
The Hawkeyes are on a 5-0 run. They've tightened it up again. Every time Iowa State has tried to pull away, the Hawkeyes have gotten right back in it. And Sean Jackson comes out, and Johnny Orr puts Michalik back in there. Hoiberg has done a superb job getting the ball by this press. That's no easy task. The Hawkeyes are one of the best pressing teams in the country.
Boy, does he snake through that traffic right there.
He does. Michalik in traffic. Count it! Yulo comes off the bench and delivers the goods.
Well, let's look at this play, what happens. Hoiberg does a great job of avoiding traffic there, and then Michalik comes in. The Hawks go to help, leaves Michalik free coming in off the glass to rebound and kick it back in. But you got to stop Hoiberg. You see the defense collapse right there? Now Michalik is standing. He's actually standing too long. He should have been coming stronger and quicker.
Well, he's in the wrong place at the right time. He converts the free throw, and Iowa State increases its lead to 7 points. The Cyclones have 4 players in double figures. Balanced scoring. The Hawks just have 2 players in double figures. Settles looked like he traveled. keeps the ball underneath. I don't know, did you see that? Did you see him underneath?
I really didn't.
Didn't see him, yeah. Bartels checks back in. 7-point Cyclone lead.
Bartels started the game. We said to the three-pointer. He got one early in the second half. And I think that's been it so far for him. He's averaging 14 points a ball game.
Kenyon Murray has played well. So has James Winters.
Bartels had another bucket. He's got 8.
Winters with the air ball. Hoiberg gets it out to Beechum. And Hurl is fouled hard. Kenyon Murray gets back with the defense.
Well, Kenyon Murray, you look at him there, he goes up and does what he has to do, and that's prevent the easy basket. Watch, good outlet pass by Hoiberg there. Leads ahead. Beechum runs under, eyes the guy, takes it away right there, and Murray goes up and hammers him. Beechum goes to the line for 2.
If you're going to commit the foul there, the one thing you don't want to do is give the guy a chance to make it and then go to the line, and there was no chance for Beechum to make that. Unless he got a little bit of luck. And what discussion do we have going on now?
I think we got some blood. Yep. And Michalik saying, I'm not bleeding, but it's coming off of somebody else, so boom.
It gets confusing sometimes because it can come off somebody else and get on your jersey. Sometimes they'll have to change the jersey.
There's a chemical, that they're using right now. They can get to neutralize the blood. Last year when the rule first came out, I think it was last year the first rule.
They had to change the jersey sometimes.
A lot of them carried extra jerseys, in case they couldn't get it washed out.
Well, Michalik is neutralized. I think he'll check back in. Beechum hits the first one.
This is one of Beecham's better efforts, I think, right now.
He's come in and played strong. Beechum has 7. Make it 8. The Cyclones have a 9-point lead. That equals their biggest lead of the game, but every time they get the 9-point lead, the Hawkeyes go on a run. Let's see what happens this time. Settles for 3. Winters with another offensive rebound. Millard follows.
There's a big foul. Hoiberg underneath. Now do you take, I think what you're going to see, Winters will go up and miss it. Hoiberg now, as it's rebounded by Iowa, comes down, and we're blocked out there, but it looks like as Millard is going up, Hoiberg reaches in and probably gets him across the arc. And does get him across the arc, because it was called. We were blocked out completely.
And that was Millard that shot that initial 3. It would have been hard for Settles to shoot it over on the bench. Millard misses. Meyer takes it down strong. Jump ball is called. Johnny Orr is foot-stomping mad. We better take a timeout and cool off a little. We'll be right back.
What would you do with a Motorola pager?
Never miss a meeting.
Mom's not home. Pager. All right, you got the pager number, right? We're going out. Cool, this works.
A Motorola pager lets you stay in touch with the important people in your life while doing the things important to you. The affordable, portable Motorola pager.
Life goes on.
Get your Motorola pager from Electronic Engineering in Des Moines. The beeper people.
America's corn growers wanted it. The earth needed it. And now science has created it.
Unique chemistry for the best grass control you can get, but at much lower rates. A newer, better way to protect what we grow and protect where we grow. New Frontier herbicide. Best against grass, best for the land.
Millard's going to miss the free throw here. Meyer will pull down the rebound. You make the call.
Well, you see, the official, I don't know what the official there that made the call, but the outside official is the one that should have made the call. He's looking right at the play. It was kind of a guess, I think, on the back official about whether he really had control of the ball enough to call it a jump ball.
Well, the Cyclones end up with it anyway. The Hawkeyes lose the grip underneath. Got all kinds of foul trouble here. Millard with 4 and Hoiberg and Bivens with 4 for the Cyclones.
Hawks that time coming with a full court press, what they call, I think, the 55. State handles it well.
Derrick Hayes, the freshman, is in the game for the Cyclones. Meyer underneath, much taller than everybody else out on the court. He can't put it in. Fred Hoiberg is not on the court for Iowa State right now. Let's see what effect that has. Derrick Hayes with a steal for the Cyclones. Hayes strong to the hole.
Offensive foul. Great job. I don't know if that's Skillett or not. Yeah, it is Skillett who steps in there and picks up the offensive foul.
Well, Derrick Hayes wasn't shy about taking it to the hole, but good job by Skillett. Meyer, Michalik, and Beechum up front for Iowa State. It's Hayes and Hollaway at the guards.
Boy, Hollaway got a hand in there and stripped Winters. We got a jump ball.
Woo! It's getting intense underneath. Remember our Pioneer trivia question from earlier in our broadcast? What is the record for most points scored by an ISU player in a game? I think a lot of you out there know that it was LaFester Rhodes with 54 points. December 19th, 1987 against Iowa, overtime game, and that was a thriller, wasn't it?
102 to 100 that ball game. An amazing performance by LaFester Rhodes that game. Oh, there's a throwaway. He had Meyer open, it looked like, on the baseline and a kick in.
Murray drains it. That's a 2.
This is a crucial time right now with Hoiberg out of the ball game, and also Bivens, who's played so well. Iowa needs to make hay right here.
Cyclones turn it over again. The Hawkeyes making another run. Here's Murray. Buries it. Kenyon Murray is playing large.
Michalik didn't give much effort that time. He stood and watched. He should have hustled over and at least made, at 6'11", you're going to make a tough shot for the guy.
Murray for another 3.
Well, that comes off so hard that nobody can rebound it.
He shoots it again. He misses. Michalik with the board. And Iowa State is having all kinds of problems with the press. Johnny Orr's going to get Fred Hoiberg back in the game. Nearing the 6-minute mark. 5-point Cyclone lead. Add it up to 9, but every time they get it to 9, the Hawkeyes charge back into it.
I'm sitting here second guessing. Johnny Orr, if Iowa State scored here, I think I might let Hoiberg sit. Another minute or something until Iowa scores again.
Well, Johnny Orr saw how the Cyclones performed against the press, and I think he just doesn't want to take any chances, so Hayes will check out.
The one thing about Hoiberg, he's a smart player. He should know how to play, and as a junior, the number of games he's played, how to stay away from the 5th foul. I mean, he should not be the type of player that's going to reach and grab and make a cheap foul and take himself out of the game, because he should know how important he is to this team in the last 5:52 here that we have to play.
They're working on Kenyon Murray's ankle, or maybe it's a cramp. Looks like maybe they're even working up on his calf there. I do believe it is a cramp there. Now pulling back on the foot. So Kenyon Murray, who is having a terrific game for Iowa. Michalik gets the second one and gives the Cyclones a 6-point advantage. 5:45 to play.
Keep in mind the Hawks average 8 3-point goals made, so they're only 2 possessions away from a tie. It's a push on Millard, and he's gone.
That'll do it for Millard. He's going to hear happy trails from the 14,000 plus. Look at Jacy Hollaway, good position down there.
Well, look at Millard. Now, that is really foolish right there. That's what I'm talking about, keeping yourself in the game. I mean, he just reaches out and shoves, and out he goes.
Millard is an intense player.
Well, there's a difference between intenseness and smartness.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's great to be intense, but you got to know clock, score of a ball game in your own position.
Intense and smart at the same time. Jacy Hollaway, the freshman on the line, misses the first free throw. So the Hawkeyes down by 6. Kingsbury shoots the J. Scramble for the ball. Bartels. Meyer pulls it out. He's surrounded by a swarm of Hawkeyes. Hollaway looks for somebody. Thinks somebody's got to be open. Michalik from the corner. No.
I don't know if that was Michalik's first three-point shot of the game. I can't remember. He was 6 for 6 from the three-point line against Iowa coming into this game.
Well, you got to like his chances then.
I know he didn't take any in the first half.
6-point Cyclone lead.
Winter. Now, see, that's smart, I think, on Michalik's part. He's backing off Winters. If Winters going to beat you, you'd rather get beat outside with him shooting that shot than put it on the floor going to the goal.
Jess Settles called for pushing underneath.
Let's watch. The ball goes up, comes off long because and you see the shove and the push right there.
Hollaway was doing a little banging underneath there too. Okay. Well, Hollaway was doing some banging. He's called for a foul. Settles has had some emotional turnaround here. A moment ago, he thought he was whistled for a foul, and now he's shooting free throws.
Settles a 71% free throw shooter. He's the first freshman to start at Iowa, his first game since 1990, and he's the first freshman to score 10 points or more in the first 3 games. The other guy to do that was Kevin Boyle, who's now assistant at UNI.
Hey, Gary, we can make that 4 games now. He's into double digits again.
Iowa back to a man-for-man. Good skip pass there by Beechum.
Beechum from way outside.
Settles a great job there on the board.
He'll hand it over to Glasper.
He's going to fit into Iowa style, I can tell that.
Hoiberg with a nice steal, but he passes it to Settles, who puts it in with one hand.
What happened, Iowa State, everybody reacted started down court. Nobody protected the basket.
Settles is pumped up. We're going to take a timeout. It's a 2-point Iowa State lead.
My fields are more than just land. They're where I make my living. And no two are quite the same. So I work hard to do what's right for each one. Because you get out of them what you put into them.
Every time I rediscover my farm through my grandson's eyes, I see how good my decisions have really been.
If you want, need, or just gotta have a full-size pickup, your Ford dealer's making it easy with the lowest lease rate ever on Ford F-150. $209 a month for 24 months. And hey, this isn't one of those long-term stripped-down deals either. For $209 a month, you're getting a truck that's fully loaded. Plus, after 24 months, you can get a new truck. Buy the one you got or just walk from the whole deal. No ball and chain here. So if you want, need, or just gotta have a pickup, check out the lowest lease ever on the Ford F-150. Only at your Ford dealer, the Truck Authority.
You don't have to be a farmer to love soybeans. you only have to love good food. That's because soybean oil helps make some of the best tasting foods you can spread, saute, bake, or freeze. And like all vegetable oils, soybean oil is a cholesterol-free food. It's naturally low in saturated fat, and it lets great flavors come through without a flavor of its own. So if you care about what you eat and how it tastes, look for soybean oil on the label of your favorite foods. Soybean oil from a field near you.
We're back live at Hilton Coliseum. Keith Murphy along with Gary Thompson. And this is what it all comes down to. This is the kind of game you hope to see.
Iowa noted for their pressure. It's got them back in the ball game. Iowa State is going to have to be able to handle it. Iowa's scoring points off turnovers right now, and they're coming full blitz with that pressure. Full court. There's another one on the throw in. And I'm not seeing people get open on down the sidelines. I know Iowa State was working on that.
Bivens is gone now. That's a big foul. Donnell Bivens, who once again came off the bench and sparked the Cyclones, has fouled out.
Well, you got to really credit the Hawks right now for turning up the pressure. They are really doing a job.
Terrific defense by Iowa. Another solid effort by Donnell Bivens. Hurl Beechum has had one of his better games as a Cyclone, so Johnny Orr sends him back in. Settles, converts. It's a 1-point Iowa State lead. We're tied again. The Cyclones had a 9-point lead just minutes ago, but this pressure defense from the Hawkeyes has created havoc for Johnny Orr's Cyclones.
Iowa State has not been able to beat the press to get back. Iowa has been recovering and getting back. They haven't been able to score off of that, which they were doing much better in the first half.
Iowa changes defenses so many times. It's hard to keep up with. Meyer inside. Foul. Kenyon Murray. That'll be his third.
Loren Meyer's going to have to finish those off. He's come up short a couple times getting the ball inside.
Well, one thing that's in the Hawkeyes' favor is the Hawkeyes have played a couple close games already this season. They played Drake to the wire. They played Northern Iowa to the wire. Iowa State has had relatively no problem. They've won 16 or more each of their games.
They had a test out of UNI.
Right. That was actually 13-point victory.
Yeah, but it came late. It was a closer ball game, really, than what the score looked like.
Right, Northern Iowa had a 1-point lead at the half.
Hawks could really get their heads up right here now if they could score in this possession, take the lead. They've been struggling from behind all the time. Twice in this second half, I think they've been down by 9.
The crowd tries to work some of its Hilton magic.
Murray calls Glasper out and says set something up.
Murray will take the shot, and he'll bury it. Kenyon Murray is having a big game for the Hawkeyes.
They're going to the guys who delivered, and Beechum's covering on. Nobody's covering. See, there's 2 guys for Iowa State in the press. I think Iowa State's going to have to look at a timeout and get somebody up the sideline here where they can go over the top.
Iowa now leads by 2. Hoiberg once again delivers a huge three. Red Hoiberg.
Well, he's the take charge guy.
Red Hoiberg with one of the biggest shots of his career, and he's had many.
Iowa State has to toughen up their half-court defense. Iowa's been running different sets on offense. They've been doing a great job of attacking. Now they go 1-4. Watch for the pick down low.
Glasper gets it to Settles. Settles gives the Hawkeyes a 1-point lead, and here comes the press again. Hoiberg finds Hollaway. Lead pass to Beechum. Beechum for the jam.
Boy, and I looked at Tom Davis, and he went, oh, no. Hollaway is the best at handling the ball and seeing up court.
Jacy Hollaway, the true freshman, playing in front of 14,000 screaming fans, finds comes Hurl Beechum with 2 minutes to go. It's Iowa State by 1.
You know, contrary to the opening part of the game, when they're completely out of control, Iowa now with a lot of poise, showing it here now and running. Both clubs showing the poise to get stopped. Winners.
Murray misses, and it's Hoiberg.
Oh, I tell you, Murray outside is struggling. He's throwing up some bricks, but he keeps hustling the ball. And big possession right here.
Murray's made a lot of shots. Of course, he's taken a lot of shots. He's played a good game. Sometimes his shot has struggled a little.
Iowa's gone. Oh, I thought they switched the defense. It looked like they went box and one. I saw Murray coming through. Now only 3-2. Good pass again, up high, and where he can handle it above the defense. Great pass, great look.
I thought that was a bad pass when I saw it in the air. But Jacy Hollaway knew what he was doing. When we come back, we'll decide the outcome.
Classic television. Hogan's Heroes.
Green Acres.
Arnold Zipper. Who played him? Nobody. He was the pig. Remember Family Affair?
Mr. French. I liked him. He's attractive.
Pete, Link, Julie. Okay, Ginger or Mary Ann?
Ginger was a bimbo.
Mary Ann. Mary Ann or Jeannie?
Beechwood aged Budweiser.
Jeannie.
Crisp, clean, classic.
Was 2 weeks before Christmas, and all through the store, people were saving like never before. How's this possible? She screamed with delight. The holiday mystery discount at half price, out of sight. Am I dreaming? She wondered. Could this discount be true? Absolutely, they said. And here's what you do. Save 15, 25, up to 50% off everything you buy. Now that's money well spent. It's 4 days only. Isn't it nice? Great gifts and great savings at the store that's half price.
Tonight's CTN off-the-bench player is Jacy Hollaway, who came off the bench to spark the Cyclones. A quick check on three-point shooting for the Cyclones shows Iowa State at 10 for 18 from behind the three-point stripe. Remember, the Caring Program for Children gets $75 for every Cyclone three-point basket. That's $750 on the night.
Well, you can almost go the whole bench. You know, we got to go to one player. But those two feeds and looks by Hollaway, really crucial if Iowa State wins this ball game right now. And he ignited him into, there's a pass up high. Catches Michalik looking right there. Good setup play by the Iowa Hawkeyes. There's a tendency to relax when you see a guy go up and put the ball up like that, thinking it's the shot. And that's what happened.
Well, Iowa will not go away. The Hawkeyes have been down by 9 on 2 or 3 occasions.
If you're an Iowa State fan, the one thing we look at is that Winters has only shot 51% on his free throws on the year. This is a clutch situation for him.
And he misses the first one. Gary, I think it's loud enough in here where the floor might be vibrating.
This is a big rebound.
There's Hoiberg. How many times has he done this tonight?
Now you got the rule. You got the rule, of course, where you can hold the ball and you can't get the 5-second call.
The Pioneer Seed Corn Cyclone player of the game is Fred Hoiberg. Fred had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and every time he made a play, Gary, it seemed like it was a big play.
Well, and he had 6 assists in the first half alone.
When Iowa took the lead late in the second half here, it was Hoiberg who buried maybe the biggest 3 of his career. The crowd is chanting, "Beat the Hawks."
Well, things are getting tight. 2 missed on the other end. You got to remember now, this game lengthens out with the new rules. The last minute of play after basket, clock stops. So that's all in favor of the team that's behind, which is the Iowa Hawkeyes right now.
Excellent point, Gary. And Loren Meyer makes the second one. That gives Iowa State a 4-point lead. We've got 30 seconds to play.
Makes it a 2-possession game right now for Iowa.
Murray looking to shoot it. Loren Meyer takes the charge. Murray is called for the charge.
Well, let's see, Murray right here. Probably could take the shot, has not been shooting well, goes for the drive. Meyer waits on him, is in perfect position, and you see the call come out by the official right there.
Loren Meyer has made some smart plays tonight. You can see the maturity. The junior has come a long way in his 3 years at Iowa State.
Hawks got to have pressure right now. They've got to come away with a steal.
The shot clock is off. It's a 4-point Cyclone lead. 23.9 to play. Hoiberg has done a terrific job bringing the ball in.
Keep pass by Beechum right there to get it right back. Didn't wait for the double team. It hit his hands, boom, right back. Didn't allow the trap to take effect.
Hoiberg hangs on to the ball. Certainly Johnny Orr wants Fred Hoiberg taking the shots. He's making 92.3% of his free throws. Jess settles, fouls out for the Hawkeyes. The next telecast on the Cyclone Television Network is Saturday when the Iowa State Cyclones meet the Texas Arlington Mavericks. That's Saturday when the Clones meet the Mavericks in Ames. Game time, it's a special time, 8 o'clock here on the Cyclone Television Network. The fans love it.
Hoiberg has not been on the line yet tonight, as you said. A great free throw shooter. He's 12 to 13 on the year.
Well, Gary, we always have a lot of hype about this game. And certainly with both teams coming in here undefeated, as Hoiberg misses the first one, there's been as much hype as ever. But this one has lived up to it.
It certainly has. A great game. 2 free throws. Now Iowa is within 2 possessions. Right now, being able to win the ball game. If he hits both of those, they've got a cinch time.
Winner shoots in the paint, misses. Tip by Bartels. Hoiberg pulls the rebound down. How big is this young man played?
You know, this guy is 6'4", and he's the key guy coming out of there with the rebounds. Although Loren Meyer on the season so far is leading Iowa State in the rebound department, 8 to Hoiberg 6. But he is directing traffic out there.
Ho, 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 20 in a row, go ULO. It's going to be 20 wins in a row at Hilton Coliseum, which will tie Massachusetts for the 3rd longest streak in the nation. But I think what these fans here care about more is the fact that it's going to be a Cyclone state, at least for the next year.
Well, I think Hoiberg was really looking forward to this game after last year's performance down there at one point. He was looking to come back and redeem himself, and he has certainly done that. And he whooped his hands a little emotion out of Fred, but you normally don't see it. And this game is history.
Murray misses the last shot, and the Iowa State Cyclones have done it. 86 to 79.
Okay.
Johnny Orr hugs Coach Jim Hallahan. Iowa State University, Big Four, 1993 basketball